All right, listen, Pistons fans. Y'all know me on YouTube as Pistons Hype 313. Now I go by NBA Hype. I had stopped doing YouTube for a minute, for a while. This is not a comeback, but this got to be said. Because as I'm looking at every beat writer, every ESPN article, every sports analyst, YouTuber, no one is talking about the elephant in the room. And this is some shit that gotta be said. It gotta be said. I don't see nobody talking about the issue. Everybody is beating around the bush. People are scared to say certain things because they're scared they're gonna lose their channel, or get banned, or get demonetized, or lose their job working for the NBA, the insiders, getting censored. Nobody's saying it. You know, the Detroit Pistons, 3 years in a row, fall to number 5. Ain't no coincidence. All you motherfuckers, YouTubers that's covered the Detroit Pistons and NBA, y'all know what's up. Y'all not going to say anything because y'all want to have something to talk about on your channel. If the NBA you lose credibility, the sports that y'all YouTubers cover is irrelevant. Y'all lose money. Because who wants to watch a sport that's rigged, that's corrupt, that's fake, not on the up and up and not fair? Billions, if not trillions of dollars that the NBA fan spend going to the games, streaming services, cable to watch the games, merchandise, all the billions and trillions of dollars. Oh, sports betting, that's another one. Sports betting, let's be real about this. Let's read some facts. Sports betting is only illegal. It's only legal because the government can tax that shit. If they couldn't tax it, and they couldn't get no type of money from the sports betting nowhere around, it'd still be illegal to this very day. Sports betting has harmed the credibility of the NBA because now when you got people putting thousands and millions of dollars on games and outcomes, who you think is going to win that money? Referees swallowing their whistles on certain calls, and then they blowing a whistle on other calls and other players. And Detroit Pistons fans, I'm pissed. I was so pissed that when I read an article from the Detroit Free Press about the Detroit Pistons falling in the draft number 5, I was able to look at email and the contact information and email Detroit Free Press because reportedly they had been brought back in the draft room process a couple drafts ago where they pull the ping pong balls. My thing is this: we're not stupid. People can go along all they want to thinking that something ain't rigged in the NBA or call it conspiracy theories. Number one, ping pong ball drawing process should be live on television, just like the results are. Just like the results are. Why is the results the only thing that's showing live on TV? No, we want to see the drawing of the ping pong ball because I feel like that these selected hand corporate brought representatives, several of them, or maybe 10 or 12 of them, sit in the back. And whoever they want the ping pong balls to go to, far as the draft order, they sit back there and they keep drawing the ping pong balls until they find the exact combination in the drafting order that they want. Then that's when we see the results of it. It's fans everywhere. We've been questioning the integrity and the integrity and credibility of the NBA for years. Detroit Pistons fans, listen. All of y'all upset. The YouTubers, y'all upset. But nobody's exposing anything. Nobody's shedding light on it on the social media. Nobody is calling the league. Nobody has stopped purchasing the games. So when you start purchasing the games and stop investing in the games and the betting and the tickets and merchandise and all that shit, the NBA lose money. That's the only way that you're going to get some results. We need to demand no more rigged NBA. Ping pong ball drawing process needs to be live. It needs to be live from now on. Ain't nobody talking about this. I understand it though, because if I'm a YouTuber and I'm covering sports and I'm making money as a YouTuber covering sports by the amount of views that I get, the longer you stay on, the duration you stay on my video, the click-through rate, all that shit, the more y'all do that, more people do that on people's YouTube channels, the more income they make. The NBA lose credibility, and if you're an NBA person, you go out and you say something and expose it, maybe YouTube can censor you, maybe you get demonetized, and who wants to watch a sport that's not on the up and up? So I get it. A lot of you goofs is not going to say anything. And I say, and the problem is, because you're not saying anything, Detroit Pistons fans, this is going to happen year after year after year. I don't know what it is. Maybe they didn't want us to beat the Lakers in 2004. I knew that the commissioner and the league and everybody behind the scenes wanted the Lakers to win. The Detroit Pistons didn't lie down. We didn't throw the game away. We didn't take a buyout. We competed and we beat the Lakers for the 2004 championship. You notice something, fans. Ever since then, we have been bad. We have been bad ever since then. Like what we going to do? Like, what we going to do? Another thing I want to discuss. I hear fans, us in Detroit, we always talk about how this player don't want to come here, that player don't want to come here, that Detroit is so bad, nobody want to come here, nobody want to coach here, we got to overpay for this, we got to overpay for that, the league don't like us. I don't understand that shit. Where does that notion come from? You know, Detroit is not all that bad place. It's not a bad place. Detroit is much better as it ever was. You know, in the 70s or the 60s or whatever. Small market teams are doing good. Milwaukee. Who the fuck want to go to Milwaukee? Giannis, Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, Denver. Let's be real about it. Ain't nobody that's taking a vacation or a trip going to have Denver in a top 2 or top 3 tourist spot. They got stars. So, what is so bad about Detroit? It's not a bad city. We have our cons like every other city and state in America. For one, I can say, okay, maybe one of the highest fucking car insurance rates. But now that's starting to be everywhere. Okay, we got cold weather and snow. So does Indiana. So does Cleveland, who had LeBron James. So does Milwaukee, who have Giannis. Denver. So this notion that nobody want to come here is bullshit. But we got to put a functional organization in place. We got to put a functional organization in place. We need a head coach who's competent, who knows how to play the fucking players and rotations correctly. We got to get a president of basketball operations who can put a team together, a winning team together. And I'm going to end it with this last thing. We can blame the draft process, in which I definitely confident the shit is rigged. We can blame that shit 80, 90%. But on the flip side of that, Pistons and basketball operations, we have passed on so many players, so many superstars throughout the years that we could have had. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton. The list go on and on and on. So on the flip side, the picks we've had, we should have netted better talent. We had options to net better talent, and we didn't. So, for that very reason, Troy Weaver must be fired. We need a new GM. The NBA should be under the microscope, investigated for credibility and integrity of the league. We pay all our hard-earned money, these streaming services, these cable services, these game tickets, the merchandise. That shit ain't cheap. We want a fair game on an up and up. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe. Till next time.